and I think when you have 3 days to recover after your first match, it's not easy for the players. But we try and manage it the best possible way that we can. We had yesterday our first training session since the DRC match, and it was light, but so we couldn't really work on tactical stuff. So we try and do a lot of videos and about our opponents and that. And then today we're going to have our last training session. So hopefully we'll be able to just tactically adjust the team to a system that a team plays completely different from our first match. And yeah, but I think the calmness that's in the camp is good from the players. You know, they're soaking up the atmosphere, the environment, and they're trying to stay as level-headed as possible because we haven't achieved anything yet. It's only one match, and we try not to get ahead of ourselves. And we know this group is exceptionally tough. Like I said, the group of death. So the first challenge was enormous, and the second challenge will even be as enormous as the first one, or maybe even greater, because Angola is a very tactical team, technically good. Their league is very strong, so they've got a lot of very potential, great talents coming through that wants to go abroad. So yeah, this is the perfect time for them to showcase it. So we know what we're going to be up against. But like I said, we like being the underdog because it's just nice to be underestimated, and then we can always surprise everybody on the day of the game. So we know we're going to be up against a team that's really good, irrespective of their first match, the result that they've got, but they're going to come against us with so much to prove, and hopefully the boys will be ready for the challenge and looking to try and surprise themselves. And I think they play a 3-4-3, 3 attackers, and then yeah, they do tend to press teams high. But like I said, for me, it's all about focusing on the players and just to stay calm and not panic, because I know the first game, the starting 11 and the camp in itself, because it was the first time for many of them starting and playing in such a major tournament. So I think it's just to be calm, because we are very comfortable on the ball and we know our abilities. So yeah, as much as they want to press, maybe it will play in our favor, because like I said, we do work a lot of playing out from the back. So once we can beat the first press and then get in behind the front 3 and the midfield 4, and I think we'll find ourselves in decent situations. Then it's all about just the team being a little bit more clinical and using us beating their press to be more clinical in scoring goals, which the first match we did kind of, our executions wasn't as good, but the win was there. And I think against Angola, if we are more clinical and more secure with ourselves in front of goal, I think we can have a lot of joy, as good as a team that they are. But at the end of the day, we always focus on ourselves and what we do, and we try and do it the best that we possibly can, and then we leave it up to the opponents to sort the figure. I think we set our team up. To our comfort, you know, also to cause a little bit of a problem for the opposition, because you see a centre back or a left back playing at number 6 role, so it's kind of confusing. But I think it gives us the comfort, because the players that we want freely on the ball get to do that, because playing Mansour in midfield, he's a young player. He's energetic, he's very athletic, so he gives you a little bit of an edge with the way you want to press and when you win the ball, and then the players that we need to get the ball to. So yeah, that was basically it, and also the threat that DRC possesses, where they do prefer to go very long and direct straight into the big striker. So we needed someone with a bit of more agility and flexibility, just to screen off so that they don't get to play the system the way that they want to play, that could hurt us. And if they change their style of play, which will suit us better. So, and that was the reason for all the changes. So tomorrow people just have to wait and see what we do. So yeah, I think I don't want to give away so that the opponents can adjust to what I say in the press conference, and then set his team up to counter what I said, and then tomorrow we have difficulties because we are no more the element of surprise. So you'll have to wait and see for this. Yeah, of course, I think the 2-0 loss to Morocco for Angola is not a true reflection of a team that they are, but Morocco took their chances and they secured the victory. So for us, we analyze that and we see where Angola is good, and what they do well as a team, in possession and out of possession. So I think, yeah, we'll set up so that we can counter their strengths and then also play to our advantage and where we play, because they play, like I said, they play with a back three, and then they've got 4 in midfield and 3 attackers, which allows the wing backs of them to go really high up the pitch and join up in the front, and then they almost have like they have a front 5. So yeah, we have to deal with that, and we have to find solutions to contain them, but also exposes them at some point in the game, and that's how Morocco was able to capitalize on them. So modern day football is not about team that has 70% of the ball possession. It's about how you finish. It's all about how you create your chances, how you make your chances, and how you take them. And I'm very happy for us not to have 80% or 60% or 50% of the ball, but as long as we're clinical and as long as we dangerous in the right areas of the pitch that can hurt them, then there. Because when you look at the stats, they had 68% of the ball possession. They had 14 on target, 28 shots on goal. Morocco had 6 or 7, but what was the end result? So it's not about how well you move and how well you keep the ball. It's if you keep the ball in the areas where you can hurt your opponent, then that's the kind of football that I want to install in my team. That it's not always about being great in possession of the ball, but it's what you also do without the ball when you don't have the ball. So we work a lot on that. So we know that Angola is a team. They control and they manage. They look after the ball pretty well. So yeah, we're in for a long night tomorrow, where we're gonna have to chase and we're gonna have to work our socks off, not just individually but as a team. But when we do have our moments, we know where we can hurt them, where we can stick the knife in that will hurt, and hopefully it plans out for us the way we expect it to go. But we know it's going to be a really long, hard day in the office for us. And to your second question about you've not seen Kenya before I joined, I had absolutely nothing to do with how Kenya played. I don't care. I didn't care then. I don't care now. All I care is what we do while I'm here. Before, you talk about before, a lot of wing plays. What did they win? How much did they win? So that's all. Calculated football for me, nothing. It's about how effective we can, and you play to the strengths of the players that we have in the team. If we don't have strengths playing on the wing, so I'm not going to force the team to play to the wing, because it's not our strength. Our strength is to be compact. Our strength is to be unified. Our strength is to be hard to beat. Sometimes 1-0 wins you the game as much as a 10-0 wins you the game. The only difference is goals, but that's step by step. We want to get to where we want to get, and that is to be more complete, but it's never going to happen overnight. So if people want the old Kenya, they can keep on dreaming, because as long as I'm here, they'll play the way I want them to play, and the way I want them to play is to be hard to beat and to win matches. No matter how you win them until you get the recipe of getting it all together, and then you'll get your beautiful wing play football.